Hello, Latin II. We are moving on now from chapter 33 to chapter 34, and we're going to talk today about the ablative of separation. Make sure that you have watched the video for this, the YouTube video from Latin Tutorial, where he goes through several different ablatives, and it'd be good for you to review some of those, particularly as we get to the review of the ablatives in the second half of this lesson. And what else? And you need to make sure you look at your grammar at section 766. Here we have the Lord's Prayer. Pater noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. Quoniam tuum est regnum et potentia et gloria in saecula. Amen. Now, interestingly, this chapter has a new vocabulary word, and it shows up here, and it is the word libera, deliver us. And we have amalo, an ablative of separation, deliver us from evil. So there's a connection here even. And you can find the Lord's Prayer, by the way. I posted it on the wall of the LMS, where you can find the Lord's Prayer in your book. All right. Also in this chapter, on page 346, is the Agnus Dei. Remember that the GN gets flipped in Latin, so it's not Agnus, it's Agnus Dei. And we've got some interesting features here that we've learned this year. First of all, we've got a relative pronoun clause, qui tollis peccata mundi. And rather than the direct imperative, miserate, we have miserere, have mercy upon us. And nobis is a pronoun. You do have the imperative at the end, dona. Remember, we take the donare, and we take off the te to form the singular imperative. And obviously, this is directed toward God, toward the Lamb of God, Jesus. So I'm going to read this. Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi, dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem. And of course, you are familiar with this because we've sung this. And in fact, I'm going to try to sing it right now. O Lamb of God, that takest away the sin of the world, have mercy upon us. O Lamb of God, that takest away the sin of the world, have mercy upon us. O Lamb of God, that takest away the sin of the world, grant us thy peace. All right, I got a little bit off there. I haven't sung this in a while, and I didn't have my keyboard. So anyway, Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world, Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi, dona nobis pacem, grant to us peace. Remember, don't confuse nobis with nobilis. Nobis is a pronoun, a dative, plural, first-person pronoun. Give to us peace, have mercy upon us. It is a dative plural, nobis, long I. Don't confuse it with nobilis, which is a adjective. All right, so here we are in lesson 34.1. We have some new vocabulary right off the bat here in page 345. We have two verbs and two adjectives. The first one is a first conjugation. So how would you state the four principal parts? Pause and try to do that. Libero, liberare, liberavi, liberatus. O, are, avi, atus. And then the other is a second conjugation. Prohibeo, prohibere, prohibui, prohibitus. I believe are the four principal parts there. And then we have some adjectives. And these adjectives, vacuus and liber, libera, liberum, these are similar to adjectives that we had all the way back in lesson 8.2, about a year and a half ago. And there we were introduced to adjectives that govern cases. So if you remember a word like cupidus, which means like desirous of or eager for. So let's say you had the phrase, the men, we attacked the men eager for glory. So cupidus, modifying men, would be the same gender number in case, but then that word glory would have to be in the genitive case because you've got this word cupidus. So let's say we attacked the men. Homines, right? You've got accusative plural, so it would be cupidos, homines cupidos gloriae. We attacked the men eager for glory. Or the men eager for glory attacked us. Okay, so there would be homines cupidi, nominative, masculine, plural. Same thing with the word plenus, plena plenum, right? Full of. So we attacked the camp full of swords. So the word plenus would have to agree with camp, and then the word swords would have to be genitive or ablative. Okay, so we attacked the camp, castra, full, plena of swords, gladiis, ablative plural, or gladiorum, genitive plural. Okay. Or think of finitimus. That's the same kind of thing. It takes the dative. So whatever noun it's matching, right? The province next to the river. So finitimus would have to agree with province, and then the river would have to take the dative. Okay. All right. We have a couple of review words, right? Tutus, tuta, tutum. That goes all the way back to chapter 7. It's an adjective meaning safe, and it can be an ablative of separation. Okay, so safe from. And then we also have the verb defendo, which was one of our third conjugation verbs back in lesson 12. So defendo, defendere, defendi, defensus, and it could take an ablative. And if it's a person, it will have an ab-a in front of it, whereas if it's a thing, it'll take either one. And that's an important principle here is if you read section 766 here of the grammar, then you have you'll see that kind of like the difference between the ablative of agent, which takes ab-a, or the ablative of means, which doesn't take ab-a, and it was describing a thing, killed by darts. The same thing's going on with this ablative of separation as well. So again, here's our adjective, these two adjectives, vacuus, vacua, liber, libera. So vacuus has to agree with the noun it's modifying, right? So men free of what? Fear. So we attacked the men, homines, So vacuus would have to be vacuos, right? Accusative plural. We attacked the men free of fear. Vacuos metu. And then fear would have to take the ablative, okay? So that's what we're learning about here. The next noun will be ablative, all right? So again, it's kind of like cupidus. The next noun that it's modifying or describing takes the genitive, plainus, genitive, or ablative. All right, so let's look at one of our sentences here from exercise 356. And it's number 1. Bonorum vita vacua est metu. Bonorum vita vacua est metu. So let's ask ourselves what the subject of this sentence is. So we need to identify a noun in the nominative case. So again, you're going to have your book open here because I don't have the macrons marked here. And it is the word vita. So vita, so a life is, right? Vita est. And it's modified here by bonorum, bonorum. So this means something like the life of the good ones, right? Bonus, bona, bonum, and here it's being used as an adjective describing people. So it could be what gender is it? Bonorum. So it could be the life of the good men, right? But it's probably a generic masculine, the life of the good ones or of good people. What's the verb? And it's est, right? Vita is what number? It's singular, so est has to be singular, it's present tense. And then we've got this vacua metu, and note in your book that the metu has a long U at the end. I didn't mark it here. So this would be an ablative of separation with an impersonal ablative, and so that's why there's no ab-a. You'll notice that the ab-a shows up in number 3, ab hostibus, number 4, ab eis, number 5, ab omni periculo tuta, number 6, amalitibus. So again, when it's people, you've got the ab-a, but when it's a thing, you don't have that. So the life of the good ones is vacua metu, what? Empty of fear. Empty of fear. All right. So that's 356, number 1. Now on the next page, there is this lengthy English to Latin. We're not necessarily going to do this, but I at least wanted us to look at the first sentence here. We are free from fear and the power of foreign nations. So we are, what's the verb we would put in there for we are? Well, it's going to be a form of sum est, right? It's first person, it's plural, and it's present tense. So therefore, sumus, right? And when you have a form of the verb est, to be, it's that one's like in English. You can put it right at the beginning of a Latin sentence. It's not like a transitive verb that you would put at the end of a sentence. Okay. We are free from. Okay. So here we're going to have to use one of these new words, right? And we've got 2 adjectives here, vacuus, vacua, liber, libera. So we want to choose a form of liber, libera, liberum. And so we have to ask something, what would go with we are? Well, it's got to be nominative. It's got to be plural, right? We, not I. And it probably should be masculine, right? Particularly because this is talking about the entire United States. It's not just talking about the ladies or the children. And so when your gender is not obvious, you want to use the masculine gender. We call it the generic masculine. Okay, it doesn't just mean the men, it means everybody. So we want to use liberi, long I there at the end, even though I don't have it. I also don't have the long I at the beginning, right? So here's what we're going to have here for this sentence. Sumus liberi metu et imperio, right? Power is a form of imperium of foreign nations. So that means that of is going to be what case? Genitive. But it means that we've used libero or libera, so that's got to take the ablative, right? So we've got to put metu, fear, and power into the ablative case. So sumus liberi metu et imperio, we are free from the fear and power populorum alienorum of foreign nations. All right. Your assignment is to do numbers 4 to 9 of number 356. I'd like these turned in by Thursday. Continue to review the Lord's Prayer, and I'd like you to keep working on learning the Agnus Dei. Just, know what it says. Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. And again, you can use the English version that we sing in order to remember how to translate it. O Lamb of God, who takes away, right, relative pronoun clause, who takes away the sin of the world, peccata mundi, have mercy upon us, miserere nobis. All right, let's get this quarter off to a good start, and we'll continue reviewing the ablatives at the end of the week. All right.